Hello and welcome to the Astro Garden, a place for astrologers to chat all things astro. I'm your host Janessa of By Jove Astrology. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, welcome back to the Astro Garden. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. It's Mercury's day. The sun is shining where I live. It's a beautiful fall day, a little on the warm side for fall, but a beautiful day nonetheless. The leaves are starting to turn. We are fully into October. Just coming out the other side of the eclipses. We're just now about a week out from the most recent one in Libra. And yeah, I feel this week has been a bit slow to start for me, physically, mentally, all of the above. And I only just realized after chatting with another astrologer this morning that it probably has to do with my chart ruler Jupiter stationing direct today, or stationing retrograde today. So, that doesn't just happen all at once. It kind of happens slowly. And I have literally felt the slowdown in my brain, in my body. So yeah, it's time now, apparently, to reflect and to reflect on all of those Jupiterian things. Yeah, all of those opportunities that come with Jupiter. And yeah, I think it's kind of interrelated to what I was planning to come on and talk about before that thought came to mind. But I've been doing a lot of reflection on like Mars and what that means in my chart. I have Mars in Libra, and it's kind of tied in again to these eclipses. They're happening in my second and my eighth houses. And yeah, there's just been like some really hardcore examples in my life recently of where, of the lessons of Mars. And one of the lessons being that you need to cut things, remove things, sever things in order for new things to grow. And like for me, a lot of this, just the more literal ways of seeing this lately have been literally like spending money to make money. I know money is kind of like not something that people are often comfortable talking about. It's something that has always been a topic that I have talked about. I have an 8th house sun and a 2nd house chart ruler, so it's kind of hard not to always have those things front and center. I know those houses have other connotations too, but those are one of like the main things. Like finance being one of the main things. And anyway, I've just had multiple experiences the past few weeks of like hemming and hawing about, should I spend this money, like my business money? How should I spend it? Is it really okay to let it go to like taking more classes? Should I be investing in more business type things? How can I grow this business? Do I really have the money to spend on X when I only have this amount in my in my account? And I know it doesn't always work this way, but literally I had multiple experiences of spending the money and then immediately like receiving money I'm talking within a few hours, in a near similar amount to what I have spent before. And this is on like at least 2 to 3 occasions in the past like 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe even a little longer. Maybe it's more like 6 weeks. So I feel like it's just kind of confirming this lesson for me And something I've always struggled with, right? Of like maybe growing up not having a ton of stuff, not having a ton of money, and feeling like I need to hold on to what I do have and not just spend it frivolously. Like there's a real survival skill that I was using in there. But also seeing what happens when I let go of that and when I'm able to like open myself to the possibility that this is like a flow state. Things have to go between these states of being. It's if we're just closing it off and like holding tightly, like nothing can really happen in that space. And that's in a way can be good because we can't lose our money, but then it also is like holding on so tightly that it doesn't leave room for more to come in. And I'm speaking about money, but this can literally be anything that is a resource. And that's the money piece is like very easy to demonstrate. I think it's been helpful to like literally be hit over the head with the message the past few weeks. But I think like I'm feeling into how this applies to so many things, you know, and money being like just one form of energy or one symbol of energy. There's been like a breakthrough around this for me, and it's not something new to me. It's like something you hear all the time of like where your attention goes, energy flows. You know, that's like kind of a common saying, or one that you see a lot in like self-help in the self-help genre. And it can sound very cliche or like oversimplifying, but it's also kind of true. So that's just something I'm playing with. Yeah, there's a lot there. Yeah, I don't know if I have much else to say about it other than that. So with Jupiter stationing retrograde, oh yeah, that's where I was going with this. Is like it very much ties into that, at least for me, especially because it's caught up in this opposition that I have in my chart and is my chart ruler. But I would imagine for anyone, it's kind of like looking at that abundance, looking at like quote unquote luck in our charts, and kind of seeing like how do we, you know, luck is luck, but there's also something to be said about our mindsets. And I'm not saying that you can mindset your way out of a lot of very real problems in life, but there is something to, again, like what we give attention and kind of like creating that own luck for ourselves, like making space to invite that in. So yeah, it's interesting. I thought that this was just the eclipse story, but it's clearly also very dialed into Jupiter and like, you know, how can I create more space for opportunities by like removing certain types of energy or giving my energy to the things I want to bring into my life, and removing the energy that doesn't bring those things in. Like that energy of like being unsure if I have the time, if I have the resources needed to do it. Like that energy doesn't open me up to possibility that I do have those things. So yeah, there's a lot going on in my brain about a little bit about, I mean, and I think this is a recurring theme for sure for the past couple of years of like, you know, the nature of reality and like how we create our own realities and how much control we have over it. Like I get to decide. It's kind of one of the clear messages coming through. So yeah, this is feeling kind of short and sweet today. It's a busy week. I don't want to drag this out if I don't have much more to say, so I guess I'm going to leave you on this note. If these are themes that are coming up for you, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to send me a message, leave a comment. I also wanted to take a moment to just recognize all of the work that's being done in North Carolina to help people. Again, I wanted to promote my friend Krista's Venmo. She's been there handing things out to people as she can, doing everything she can to help with getting supplies to people who need it. So if you want to donate in that way, that is super helpful. I also will link in the show notes to some other suggestions that she's made if you feel more comfortable donating to an organization. But yeah, things are pretty dire still. I think, maybe they've gotten through some of the worst of it, but there's so much left to do. People still do not have water. So yes, I will share that information. I'm also sending love to everyone in Florida. I personally have a lot of family there, and they're on my mind today as Hurricane Milton makes its way to land there. All right, well, I am sending lots and lots of love to everyone. I hope the next few weeks are less eventful. I know that astrology does not necessarily say that, so let's all take a collective deep breath and, use our mindset to help us navigate. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. For more information about my work, you can find me at By Jove Astro on Instagram, at By Jove Astrology on Twitter, and the best place to find me of all is at my website, byjoveastrology.com.